wannabe coaches, people that want to build a coaching business. A lot of people come to me and they ask me, okay, Jeremiah, how do you find your niche? How do you know what's profitable? And for those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Jeremiah Krakowski. I've built multiple 8-figure coaching businesses over the years, and I want to help you build your own 6-figure and 7-figure coaching business. We have an upcoming event next week where I'm going to help you build your own 6-figure coaching business. So check that out on the link. It's on my bio or at my website at jeremiahkrakowski.com. Now, finding your niche. How do you find your unique coaching niche? See, a lot of times people, they know that they can make money in coaching, but they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to take what they know, or they don't know if they have something good to offer out there for coaching. Here's what I want to start with. You don't need to be an expert to start with a coaching business. I want you to ask yourself this. What do you have a lot of people just ask you for advice for, or come to you for help for? What do you have a passion about learning right now? Sometimes those things could be intertwined. What do you know a little bit more than most people about? Okay? That's what you can build a coaching business on. And literally, it doesn't have to be business coaching. It doesn't have to be life coaching. It doesn't have to be mindset. Now, those niches are popular and they make 7 and 8 figures. And eventually, you may transition into that. But in the beginning, you want to start with, A, what are you passionate about? What are people already coming to you for advice for? And just build from there. See, a lot of people think that, okay, they have to have their forever niche figured out in the beginning. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. I started helping people with video production, okay, years ago. Then I moved to websites. Now I help coaches and trainers make 6 and 7 figures and even 8 figures with my consulting clients. And so I didn't sit around for 19 years and say, man, I hope I can figure out what my niche is. No, I started with what I knew I was good at, what people were asking me for help for. And did I make a whole lot of money doing that in the beginning? No, it wasn't, but it got my feet wet. It got me moving forward. You got to get out of your brain this fear of wasting time and needing for it to be perfect before you start. It's not going to be perfect. That's by design. You got to get rid of the fear of making mistakes or doing the wrong thing with coaching. Pick something that you are passionate about, that people ask you for help for. What could you possibly learn a little bit more about, by the way, that you don't know as much about, and start to help people? What are they constantly asking you questions for? For instance, I have people often asking me about how to do stuff with NFTs and the metaverse. And so I learned over the last year how to do that, and I've created a couple podcast episodes on that. Now, I'm not building a coaching business around that, but I could. I actually know enough about it that if I wasn't doing this business, I actually could create an NFT coaching program and learn with the audience through that. And it would sell and it would make money. Now, why am I not doing that? Because it's better to focus on one thing than to have your self-split focus. I've learned that over 19 years of being in business. A lot of beginners think, oh, multiple streams of income. I'm going to do multiple things. It's going to make lots of money. No. That's the furthest thing from the truth. You want to have a focus specifically on what you can actually invest your time into that you're not going to burn out on, and that isn't going to take up a bunch of your time. The goal isn't for you to be working 1,000 hours a week. You want to be making 7 and 8 figures, or even just 6 figures, working 5 hours a week. That's the goal. That's the goal that I want to help you get to. And if you want to build your own 6-figure coaching business, we're going to go in depth on this together in a live event next week. Well, I'm going to walk you through how to build your own 6-figure coaching business. It's absolutely free. It's over at my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com. Make sure that you register for that. And I want to help you know, how do we get clients? How do we make sure that we set up our business from the beginning? Here's the other thing. You're going to narrow your niche over time. Your niche is going to get more specific over time. For instance, my client, Rick Pino, 8-figure coaching business owner. started with helping people with worship in general, anything related to Christian worship, and it was more spiritual discipleship. It had nothing to do with songwriting. He has been a songwriter for years, but he found his 8-figure niche in helping people with songwriting. And that happened by him starting with what he had a passion for, okay? My mom, she started her coaching with websites, and then she found she had a passion for copywriting, but then her 8-figure niche was social media. And now she's transitioned out of social media, and now she has an 8-figure, almost 9-figure niche with stock market trading. So you see what I'm saying? Narrowing your niche. As you progress, you're going to get more narrow over time. So don't be afraid to start with what's 1 or 2 ideas. Here's what I love to do. Write down 1 or 2 ideas for your niche that you're thinking of, or maybe 3 ideas. Don't be afraid of it being the wrong idea. You got to get that idea out of your head that it could be wrong. Okay? And just put it down on paper. If you're having trouble coming up with that, go for a walk. Go eat some lunch. Go talk to some friends of yours. Here's a great idea for coming up with a niche is ask some friends, I'm thinking of starting a coaching business. I have a mentor that knows how to build $1 million coaching businesses and how to get clients, but I need to find my niche. What do you think I could do it with? What am I good at? What do you come to me for if you're looking for advice? Your friends will sometimes come up with that for you. Your friends will sometimes come up with those ideas. So these are ways that we can start with what we have. What am I passionate about? What are people asking me for help with? What do I know more than everybody else? Don't let imposter syndrome get in there. Imposter syndrome is going to tell you, I don't know enough and I'm not good enough right now to be able to build a business successfully. You got to kill that. You got to kill this belief that you have to be good enough to be able to start. And start with what you have right now. Okay? This is how you find your unique coaching niche. You don't let the fear of picking a wrong niche stop you from starting before you even start. I see this so often, and I have a passion right now that is burning in me lately for helping people that are struggling to narrow their niche down to get it. And if you're in my coaching program, my Client Growth Accelerator, you can actually bounce ideas off of the group of what your niche is. You could ask me questions in this live training that we're doing. If you get the VIP and you ask me questions on the back end, it's only $47 in the training. You can upgrade to VIP and you can say, okay, here's a niche idea that I have. Here's 2 or 3 that I'm thinking of. And I will literally give you on-the-spot coaching on what you could do for your niche. You could even just post it in the comments of this post, literally, if you got some ideas. If it's on a live post I'm doing, I comment back to people. I do. I go back and I comment back. Why? It helps my engagement on social media. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of the stuff that I offer. Take advantage of being able to have access to somebody who knows what it takes, and don't think that you're bothering me. I hear a lot of people say, I don't want to ask you a question, Jeremiah, because I think I'm going to be bothering you. It bothers me that people think that. Okay? So be willing to ask for help and figure that out. Kara says, I'm trying to micro niche down on how to find your purpose. Okay, great. So here's one thing that I want to say to this. How did you find your purpose? What was your journey that you went through? Take from your own story. A lot of the people that you're going to coach are where you were 5 years ago, where you were 2 years ago, where you were a year ago. And you're going to help walk them through. You're going to find those people that were where you were, struggling to find their purpose. What's the problem when you don't know your purpose? What's the struggle with that? We don't know what our purpose is, so there's problems that we have. There's symptoms of it. Think of it like a diagnosis. There's symptoms. And then what results does somebody have in their life when they find their purpose? Take a look at your own life and look at, okay, before you found your purpose, how were you struggling? And after you found it, what happened for you? And now that becomes how you can start to market. That becomes your messaging. You literally tell your story out to people, and it attracts the same people that you can help coach. That's kind of the like the basic version of it, but most people can do this. It's not difficult, it's not rocket science, and we're going to take those 5 days together in the training, in the Build Your Own Six-Figure Coaching Business training next week to really go over this. Not only that, we're going to go over how to find clients, how to get people to buy from you. This training is it's worth over $1,000. I have courses on my website that are $1,000. My coaching program, it's $2,000 per year to jump into, or you can pay monthly to be in it, $166 a month, which is a steal for what you get, because you get all my courses plus me coaching you every single week through this process. If you're just getting started, this free training that I'm doing is going to be the catalyst that's going to help drive you to the next level. That's going to help you break past the overthinking, overwhelm, not sure what to do, because we're going to be able to work together to come up with the ideas for how you're going to attract the clients, how you're going to find people, and how you're going to get people to pay you money for what you know. And even if you don't know it right now, see, keep in mind, you don't need to be an expert. You could learn something over the next 6 months, and then you pivot into that as your coaching niche. That's what my mom did with stock market stuff. Almost 9 figures coaching. 2 years ago, she didn't know a thing about the stock market, literally. And now, I mean, she's got some trades that are like insane, like 6-figure days. It's insane. It's awesome. She didn't know anything, and now she's like, okay, now I'm teaching people. It's awesome. Kara says, like, use our testimony to market how we... Exactly. You tell the story. And the other thing is, then you flip the story around. So there's tools like Jasper AI where you can actually enter your story in, and then Jasper AI will help you come up with your niche using artificial intelligence. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in the training. It's amazing. We do that all the time with our clients. So there's like, okay, that's how we did it with Joshua and with Rick, is we literally typed in, okay, these are the problems, and the artificial intelligence wrote out how to market, how to structure the marketing, how to structure the coaching program. Most of those bullets, I know, Kara, you're in the inner circle. Actually, all of those bullets on the inner circle page right here: translate your thoughts into incredible world-changing music, get your music published, start making royalties, promote your music. Those were from Jasper AI. We took the applications that people typed in and we filtered it through artificial intelligence, and it literally created the offer. Like, it's very simple to do, and anybody can do it, and it doesn't have to cost you a whole lot of money either. So that's what I'm going to walk you through in those 2 days together. How to do that. That's why I'm saying the training's worth over $1,000. I should have put $2,000 on it. 5 days together next week on how to build your own 6-figure coaching business, start to finish. Whether you're a beginner wanting to find your niche, or you just want to know how do I get clients, how do I get customers, how do I get people paying me money, that's what we're going to walk through. All right? I'll talk soon. I'll see you next week. Make sure you get registered over at my website.